Making this quick video because most people think that being a freelance journalist is just simple. You just jump in and you get in and people are supposed to let you in because you asked for a credential. But to be honest, it really doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. And over the years and up to this point, I learn more and more each and every day, even at my age. And I'm far more older than most people who are on this journalistic thing in regards to covering grassroots, high school, international basketball, and just writing as many pieces as you possibly can to show people that you're credible. It's not easy, but for me, I'm relentless. I don't take no for an answer. I just keep working. And I remember when I first got into the game, most people didn't show me any love. And I'm talking about back in the days. Just excuse me, just from a grassroots perspective. I didn't have a website. I didn't have many articles. I didn't know how to write and covering players. And I'm not talking about from a scouting perspective, because I'm not a scout. I'm really a storyteller, and I'm really one who takes time out to study and articulate the information that I'm gathering when I put it out. So I just want to make sure that all of my I's are dotted, all of my T's are crossed. So anytime you see me put out an article, you can make sure I done did my homework. So there will be no questioning, my information, because I always do fact check information. And what do I mean by fact check? I go back to credible sites. If it's the institution, if it's ESPN, if it's 24/7 Sports, if it's On3, I always gather credible information, and then I do my own investigation, and then I put all that together and I come up with a summary to give information to people who are interested in reading my articles and reading my pieces. Even if I'm doing an article on a local player, I gather a lot of information. So before I put out that article, I talk to a lot of different people who may be familiar with him. If it's a coach, a parent, I really don't talk to players because me personally, being in the entertainment business over the years, I have come to understand I allow young people to be young people. They have enough on their shoulders when they are trying to perform out there on the court. And the criticism that comes along with being a young student athlete in this era can be very brutal. So for me, it's not for everybody else, but just for me, man, I don't, do interviews and all that with players. I just don't. If what I need to know, I have the ability to find out. And I always go to credible sources to find out the necessary information that I need. And then I just do my evaluation on the player. And then I come up with a summary, as I said before. But back to getting in this whole media space, trying to get into events, trying to cover media days for institutions and going to media conferences where all the teams and their head coaches are. It's not easy, trying to get a season pass to cover multiple teams from around the country. And this year, I used to do it more so nationally just to try to see the levels of play from different regions from around the country. And then I would come up with different articles because it's not too many places I haven't been. And I knew if I was going to do this whole thing in regards to media covering basketball from the way that I cover it, because I'm just not built off the old way. I don't follow trends. I don't follow the normal narrative. I do it my way. And I find it more entertaining for me to do it my way. So where mainstream might be writing an article on one certain player or on one certain topic that is hot, I always go the other route because I know that there are untold stories out there that need to have light brung to them. So that is my job, to bring light to untold stories and bring light to players that many people may not be familiar with from around the country, or who may know a little bit about them, but may not know in-depth detail about them. And for me, in the media space, that's what separates me with what I'm doing at this current juncture. So, yes, I'm making myself extremely credible, and I'm stepping my game up, because one thing that I have come to learn, that most people, especially young people who want to get into this space, professionalism is a very important component. How you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself. I'm not saying change who you are, because when you are yourself and you are original and authentic, no one could ever be better than you being you. So you have to make sure that you remember that. But you also have to have the ability to articulate, the ability to speak, the ability to carry yourself in a certain way, the ability to present yourself, because your first impression will always be your last impression. And for me, I always take that into account. So when I enter certain media days, I make sure that, man, when I step in the room, because I'm the biggest thing in the room, when I step in the room, I'm 6'4", 255 pounds, and I'm a African American black male. So when people see me, they say, man, who is that? And I want to make sure that, man, I'm clean from my head to my toe. And when I speak, I know what I'm speaking about. And I know that I have the ability to articulate things. And I know that all the information that I have absorbed in these 14 billion brain cells that I have, I want to make sure that it's on point. So, yeah, it's not easy getting into this media thing, man, especially when you grassroots, when you independent, when you a blogger, whatever they want to call you, because a lot of people in the media diaspora who have went to college for this, who have taken courses for this, and they see you come along, they say, man, who is he? Man, what makes him credible? You know, and my whole thing is I paint my own narrative. My work makes me credible. You know, my relentless drive makes me credible. And I know that no one can ever take that from me. So in me knowing that I have the ability to do things and say things and articulate it in a certain way that is not the normal. And that's what separates me. So as I said before, because I be going all off into different places because I have a lot of information running through my head. If you're going to get into the media game, lock in. Don't allow nobody to tell you that you're not capable of doing something great with your talent and your ability, because no one has the ability to be better than you being you. And you have to know that. You have to lock in on that. You have to believe that. So, you know, for me, I'm putting out information in the Western region, trying to get in and become more credible when covering certain teams from around the Western region. Every conference, every school is not accepting me, but there is a lot of schools who are accepting me. And the ones that accept me, I want to make sure that I give my best. I want to make sure that I put my best foot forward. And the ones that don't accept me, it's all good, because, man, I'm relentless. Nothing is stopping me. So at the end of the day, man, this is Unit 1 Hoop Source, man. I'm definitely in the building. If you have any questions or any concerns about you stepping into this whole media space and doing it in a way that's respectful, classy, with character and integrity, man, feel free to hit me. But at the end of the day, I'm raw, I'm uncut, I'm authentic, I'm original, I'm me. And I never ever will try to be somebody else. So once again, this is Unit 1 Hoop Source. My name is Kim Muhammad, the National Director at Unit 1 Hoop Source, an independent publication that has been designed and set up to cover basketball on the Western region. And I started in a local high school gym in Las Vegas in 2013-14, when my writing skills were terrible, but I just stayed at the grind. And a lot of people, you know, knocked me. A lot of people said I wasn't credible. A lot of people said, man, he's a nobody. A lot of people didn't particularly care for what I was putting out. But at the end of the day, man, I'm like an alligator. If you bite down on the alligator skin, you liable to break your teeth. So at the end of the day, man, you don't have no effect on me at all. Anybody out there who don't think that I'm that, my work is showing me that I'm that. So stay tuned. This is Unit 1 Hoop Source. And check me out. I'll be at Media Day for the Mountain West Conference. They have given me access to be a part of Media Day at the Mountain West Conference. And I'm excited about doing that. I'm excited about seeing some of those players that I know. I'm excited about seeing the 13 coaches or 12 coaches or how many ever teams that are in that conference. And, for me, it's just about going in, learning, not so much talking, not so much wanting to, ask questions. I want to learn, and I want to learn from some of the best media people who are out there who are covering the Mountain West Conference. So yeah, this is Unit One Hoop Source. I'm definitely in the building. I'm Kim Muhammad, the National Director. I'm out. Peace.